I could have never fathomed that someone would come into my home and take my little girl. I could have not fathomed that, but I did. When I woke up, found her missing, I did recall that door being closed at 2 or 3 in the morning.
The year is 1997. Shannon Hazen is a young single mother to 8-year-old Kirsten Hatfield and 3-year-old Faith. The sisters shared a bed on Jet Drive in Midwest City and always slept with the door open and the hallway light on.
I did hear a whining at about 2 or 3 in the morning, and I got up and just walked just a few feet, a couple of steps, and just pushed the door open, and then fell back in bed.
Had Shannon peeked her head into her daughter's room, she would have seen that Kirsten was missing from bed, the window cracked open. And so began one of Oklahoma's most notorious cold cases.
I believed in a rescue for a long time with Kirsten. And by a long time, I believed that she would have came home alive for at least a good year.
Years went by with no sign of the little girl. Authorities working with very little in terms of evidence. Blood on the windowsill and on Kirsten's underwear found at the property fence line. It was that blood that 18 years later would be a perfect match to a man who lives 2 doors down, Anthony Palma.
Not on the radar at all. Not on the radar at all.
Shannon recalls having only one conversation with Palma after Kirsten's disappearance, in which he made her feel uncomfortable.
Everybody was creepy to me back then, but there was something that stood out about him.
Palma put behind bars in 2015 in connection to the case. And in October of 2017, a jury found him guilty of her murder.
I wanted him to go to hell, you know what I mean? I just wanted him dead. I wanted him in hell, and that's completely opposite of what we are supposed to do as Christians.
And speaking of Christianity, how was Shannon to know that when she named her youngest daughter Faith, that would be what got her through the darkest days of her life? Faith and forgiveness.
You are a mom who lost your daughter in the most horrific way. How do you forgive him?
Because I had been forgiven, and it's as simple as that. Because I had been forgiven by Jesus Christ, I had to forgive.
Letters from friends and personal prayer journals fill her home, asking for restoration, not only for her family, but also for Palma.
To be honest with you, I ran out of ways to pray for him, but I have been praying for him before I even knew who he was.
Shannon deciding to take those letters a step further, asking her church family to write notes of forgiveness to Palma. Notes that she plans to deliver personally to the man who killed her daughter.
Lord, I do pray for Anthony Palma, and I pray even in his isolation, his jail cell, I know that you are there with him, Heavenly Father.
Turning her pain into motivation, Shannon received a degree in criminology, even working in sex offender management at the Department of Corrections. But even with a conviction, the case is not yet closed. Her daughter's body to this day has never been found, but she clings to the memories of the daughter she was blessed with for 8 years.
Just a beautiful soul, just an absolute beautiful soul. It would have been thrilling to see what she would have grown up to be.
Reporting in Midwest City, Marky Martin, KOCO 5 News.